It's called Get Real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want us to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, hi everyone, I'm Carol.
I'm Quinn. Welcome to Get Real.
Get real. Maybe we can start with the question of, like, how does anybody at any time understand who they think they are? That's the kind of question that anybody has to ask themselves, no matter what era they're born in. But what changes from one era to another is the categories that you've got available to think of yourself.
Hi, I'm Richmond Prussian Blue and I'm becoming a celebrity chef. So today what I've got for you, I've got a bowl of some fine, and we're gonna get one of these big old, and then when that's done, you want to take some of those, this is proper rubber. I'd put this on my car. These make great tyres, but we're putting them in this great sandwich. Sticking out as if it's some sort of alien cake from, and just get it so they're real sticking, like just cross on the top of those, make it look like some sort of, you can get the real green ones and suddenly you've got a homemade palm tree. Hi, I'm Richmond Prussian Blue and I'm struggling with my identity. I'm just gonna mix some of the lovely sort of kit. Gonna continue doing what I said we were doing before, and you better tell. Oh, by the way, we're gonna have the colours that we're using today following just on the bottom of the screen there for you to follow along with, so you can maybe replicate this painting if you feel. And don't be afraid to send them in. I like watching gets. Just fill the whole studio, just flood it. Give it some proper redecorate, you know. And I'm gonna call that Finding Myself. I'm gonna sign it off right here, right with, oh, right in the bold red so people can see what you've done. I would recommend having maybe just like a smaller name so you don't have to write upside down quite so often when you sign up.
Rachel.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Richmond Prussian Blue. I'm having an identity crisis, and this is going to be my big break. Hit it.
But Carol, is history always moving? Are we always moving forwards?
No, we're never moving just forwards in history. Yes, history's a big mess that we can't quite understand. So it is, especially in identity, good to think about it not as a linear thing, as, you know, it used to be this and now, or it used to be that and now it's this. It's always moving backwards and forwards in big piles of mess, you know, and we've got to sift through that mess and go, oh, okay, we can form some kind of inheritance from this.
So now we'd love you to watch Ruby in the Rough by Give Me Where to Sing Her.
Hi there, we're the football club. We're going to play a set of rock songs for you tonight. This is one of them. Hello.
I guess within our music we're trying to shed a bit of light on some topics that maybe people don't necessarily know a lot about, and kind of change some of the misconceptions about what it means to be a transgender person, and part of the journey of discovery and things like that. Hey, I'm Ruby, I'm 21 and I play electric guitar and I sing in the Footscray folk punk band, The Football Club. So Footy started kind of out of this songwriting project I did, where I said to myself, I'm going to write a song every day for November 2014. And out of that came some of the first songs that we did as a band, and I kind of demoed them and I played all the instruments, and I knew I was going to start uni the next year, and I always said I'm going to find some people at this uni and give them these demos and force them to play these songs with me. And that's kind of how the band started, and we've kind of been a bit of a revolving door of members over the last couple of years, but it's kind of finally nailed down to the four of us, and the sound has kind of fleshed itself out based on how the four of us sound in a room together. So, you know.
What's on first?
So yeah, there's a song on the next record that kind of deals with this one show we played where it was our headline show and things were really wonderful, and it's great seeing all these queer and gender non-conforming people there and relating to the songs, and it was wonderful. And as we were kind of loading the gear out into the cars, I had a bit of harassment on the street that was quite horrible, and it kind of put it into a really stark contrast for me, the difference between how things are in our communities and how kind of things are once you walk outside, and that can be really, really hard because it just you feel as if you're safe when you're around people who get it, and it became really clear to me that there's still a very long way to go.
Your stockings have a ladder on the side. You don't think that mine can stay yours tonight. I left my face.
Yeah, especially since the release of our song Ivy and it getting played on the radio a bit, we've kind of started getting a lot of messages from people who can either personally relate or who know people who these kind of topics affect, and how it's given them a bit of a window into what their friends or family are going through, and it's been really touching and a little bit intense. You know, for every one message where someone says, you know, you were really important, you'll wake up the next morning with 40 messages from one person. It was just very, very intense, because you do feel a sense of responsibility once people start telling you that what you do is important to them, that you want to make sure that you keep doing things that they think are important to them. And
You're so in love and so am I. Says it who I know that I'll be happy inside. Says it who
kind of hope that we can help younger people who are maybe questioning their own identity, because I think a big part of coming to terms with who you are is maybe being told by society that you can't possibly be one way because you don't fit the mold of what you see in film or the media, and I guess we're trying to put in our songs kind of show you that you don't have to be the kind of very narrow idea of what it means to be a trans person, because there's a million different ways to discover who you are, and there's a million different ways of being who you are. And I guess we're trying to show that.
Once you find that there's more ways to understand how you feel about your own body, you find more people. That's a really good thing. And yeah, hopefully we can keep that proliferation going so that people don't have to wait so long to fit or find a place to fit.
We get to live in a place now where my kids still call me mama, and I'm a he, so they call me he and mama, and that works. It doesn't work outside of the house. So Ruby was talking about that that stuff about, oh, it feels really good when I'm in this space, and I've got all of these non-binary, trans and queer people around me, and then I step outside and there's abuse while I'm packing my car. And I have the same feeling for my kids who call me him and he and mama at home, and that's really beautiful. And when we're with our friends, that's really beautiful. And then we have to all go into a men's bathroom at Northland, and I get really anxious about being called mama in that space. My 6-year-old doesn't know that. My 8-year-old's got a glimmer. So, you know, there's also that how do we negotiate identity,
outside worlds.
in community spaces and then outside of it. And of course that's under a microscope right now with the postal survey. We're all feeling that incredibly keenly.
Do you think we look good? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, good duo.
Tonight.